Guys, good evening. Welcome to another stream of mine. Yep, pretty late night I would call this. It's 10 minutes to midnight around here. And yeah, I'm gonna do this. This is gonna be maybe another 3-hour stream, something like that. That's the plan. So, where are we? I'm continuing that live that I have started something like 3 or 4 streams ago. So my character's already pretty old for a DayZ character. And yeah, we are just continuing. We are playing on the DeerIsle map, and the server is one of the WILDLANDS servers, as the name of the game, the title of the stream says. And yeah, let's check our location briefly. I do have a map. And yeah, we started somewhere pretty far over here. Or somewhere here. So we went to this area, went north, and then along that path here, and we passed the swamp in the south. I never like to go through the swamp, it's so eerie. And now we are somewhere here, and my plan is to actually explore this area, which is called Old Town. Not quite sure which one it is, if it is this fortified area. Well, anyway, I haven't been playing much lately, and so there is a lot of stuff which feels pretty unknown to me. Because, yeah, the creator of this map, Mr. John McLean, yeah, mark the name, has been continuously working on that map. And so at the moment, not quite sure where I am. But we can check it. Let's do that. I wouldn't regard that cheating. Look what I have in my inventory. A GPS receiver. And we even have a battery. So let's switch it on once. And then check our coordinates on the map. So we are at 028. Which would mean we are somewhere here. And in Y direction we are 08. 3. Somewhere, well, so that means we are somewhere here. Right, so that's our place. And yeah, so from the map we learned that there is even a hospital up there. Let's go and check it. Or maybe I already did check it last time, not quite sure. So, let's start. It's a beautiful day, it's early morning. Nothing much in the ruins usually. Yeah, you could actually start a fire in there. Nothing, just rubbish. Oh, there was something lying around. This a hunter raincoat. Oh well, I hate the color, but the hunter raincoat is pretty good. But not with that color. let's see, I think hill up. There must be some more buildings. At least I thought so. Let's briefly check that. Okay, a road. Oh yeah, there is the hospital that I saw on the map. Not too bad to have a map. Of course, you could always have a map in the game if you use some offline out-of-game map, but, well, I prefer to do the maximum immersion and only use the map when I actually do find it in the game. Yeah, an axe is a nice weapon, but it takes a terrible amount of space. So I usually don't take axes with me. Yeah, you can put it on your shoulder, but there is plenty of stuff that you like to put on your shoulder. Good evening, guys. Just saw the number of watches going up, so welcome. No idea who you are, you're completely anonymous, and it's perfectly fine if you stay anonymous and just watch. Happy to have you in. But of course, as you might guess, I'm always happy about some little chat. Get some feedback in the chat, or maybe even a follow, but yeah, just do as you like. Just finding some codeine pills. Yeah, come on. Is it really worthwhile to pick up the codeine pills, painkillers? Never really know what they are good for. Come on, let's pick them. Yeah, what you see, I have taken off my hat because I was actually starting to sweat. Let's see how it is now. If I put it on again, if it's gonna get too warm. Having to put the cap into my luggage really strains my inventory capacity. That's pretty bad. So not much, nothing here to loot. I don't know, I think this whole arrangement here is relatively new. Yeah, the map is immensely vast, so when you play it regularly, something between occasionally and regularly, you still often only cover a small area of the map while playing. And that's so great. I mean, this map always has some surprises in store. 1, 2, 3. Oh, pretty heavily loaded meanwhile, which means that my stamina is going down. And I rather quickly get tired while fist fighting. I am actually having a brass knuckles on, which pretty much enhances the power of my strike. I quite like this weapon because it takes the minimum amount of space and is pretty powerful actually. Actually, the brass knuckles, meanwhile, are my favorite melee weapon. Shall we check? I love how the area around here is modeled, actually on the whole map. Feels pretty immersive. Only thing, very small point that I would criticize about that map, that is when you get to the far northwest, you run into an area which has pretty much the feeling of Northern Europe or North America, and then you suddenly run into these buildings which pretty much look like being coming from North Africa. And I was always hoping that he was having that just as some kind of interim buildings and would change it sooner or later, because that really, from my point of view, it even has the potential to crush, well, if not crush, reduce the level of immersion. Because to my feeling, these buildings totally do not fit into that nature, that countryside. So I've checked these bodies already in our run yesterday, or the day before yesterday. No, it was yesterday, yeah. Of course I could check them again and probably there would be loot having been respawned, but yeah, let's stay kind of realistic and just carry on, not re-looting buildings that we already looted in our stream last night. Anything there? Yeah, there is something lying on the bench, right? I'm wearing a hip pack, so no space left to put the belt on. Yeah, Bioshanka is better. Hunter pants damaged, but well, mine are also damaged, but in terms of camo, I like this one better, the one that I have. Okay, that we do not need. Kind of warning vest. Yeah, the loot on this server here is relatively rare. Even though most probably there haven't been much people around here lately, still the loot is pretty rare. What about my matches? Yeah, not bad. To have some more matches. What if I combine the damaged and the worn ones? Well, it leaves me with damaged ones, but that's alright. Yeah, and also that you usually don't find pristine stuff, but yeah, here around this place the apocalypse has taken place this is running, it's going on since quite a while, so it feels pretty realistic when most of the stuff you find is in pretty bad condition. So where did I restart? Was it here? Could be. Cargo pants. Let's stick to my pants. They're probably up there, yeah. Let's stick to my hunter pants. Yeah, the hunter's clothing is actually my long-term favorite. There's good camo, good protection from cold, and it doesn't look too military-like. I actually don't want to look military-like. So I think it's a good thing not to look like being a threat to other people, even if you are. The ski mask, well, I have that one, which is fine and even better in terms of color. So on we go. Even in these booths here, the loot is relatively rare, much rarer than it uses to be on other servers. Another hut up there. Let's check that one as well. Yeah, we are fine. We are well fed. We have enough water, hydration, and shard. Yeah. At the moment, we don't need additional rags. We have 1, 2, 3 bandages. That's fine. What do we have there? Behind the fence. Let's check the car. A hoodie. Wow, that's a very good find. Let's see what we can repair with the duct tape. We have some stuff that needs repair. So, try to find a fairly safe place where we might be undisturbed. Now, what do we have? The shoes are badly damaged. I'm pretty sure I can't repair them with the tape. I would need a leather sewing kit. Cap is fine, the backpack is fine, but the trousers and come on, I think I can repair the field vest with the duct tape. No, I can't. So what about the trousers? Yeah, they are repairable, so I can improve the condition of them, and there should be enough duct tape left to also improve the condition of my damaged jacket. And that was the duct tape, but yeah, well used. Yeah, badly damaged shoes, that's a problem. That's a problem. The shoes wear off pretty quickly, relatively fast. Let me put it like that on that map here. So, well, in case my shoes completely break down, I would be in trouble, because then I would quickly get bleeding feet. But I could still craft some improvised shoes from rags. But they are not very sturdy. They are run down pretty quickly just as well. So I really don't want to have this bad camo stuff. A knife. Yeah, not bad to have a second knife, but yeah, sooner or later I will have trouble with my inventory space again. Let's pick it up for now. Something in the boat. A Mosin compensator. As I said, as long as we do have inventory space, let's pick it up. A car wreck. Nothing in. Okay. Oh yeah, there is something, an army pouch. Yeah, but yeah, the backpack is the better choice at the moment. Pretty much like these pouches, because yeah, they make you very slim, give you a very low profile, visual profile. Here we are, hunter pants, but mine are fine, and mine do have the better camo. We have the autumn camo, and as it is autumn, that's fine. Okay, surprisingly, there is nothing there. Is this the car that I checked? No, I didn't. So, once we're around here, let's take the effort and also take this car. Just a flag, probably a pirate flag. What is this? Hiking jacket worn. Now that we have repaired the hunter jacket, I would never trade it for that. What do we have here? A Tundra 308. 308 is a good gun, and now I am in trouble. The only silent weapon that I do have left is the crossbow. But I would also not like to part from the pump action shotgun. And yeah, all these guns are just too large to put them into the backpack. So if I wouldn't want to keep the Tundra, I would have to say goodbye to the crossbow. But the point is, I even wouldn't have any. I do have how many? 5 308 rounds. And the Tundra, I think the Tundra has an internal mag, right? The Tundra is a bit comparable to the Mosin. I think the Mosin is more powerful. But what's the condition? It's in good condition, so let's see if we can load it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it. So guys, what do you think? Shall we keep the Tundra? I think yes. I think I'm gonna trade the Tundra for the crossbow. This gives us some additional inventory space. tetracycline pills are pretty important. Yeah, let's have a potato. To get some inventory space free, we could carry it in our stomach just as well. As long as we are not at the maximum 100% full. Yeah, you see the apple is full, but in principle, usually you still have some capacity in your stomach. As long as you have the triple arrows up, that means that your stomach is still, your body is still making use of the nutrition that you have eaten. If you eat and the arrows would not show up, but if they would switch between one up, one down, one up, one down, then that's a sign that your body is really fully nutrited. I think I had been here, and when I was last here, I was surprised by quite a number of zombies spawning here in the middle of nowhere. But I think when I was last around here, there was not this large summer camp. So it might either be that Mr. John McLean has added it generally on the map, or it might be that somebody, yeah, that particularly here this is kind of modded, and the mods actually do this additional stuff on the map. Not quite sure. Yeah, I also used to speak of the vanilla DeerIsle map, although there were already people which prompted me onto the fact that in principle DeerIsle is not vanilla because it's a modded map, but yeah, you might know what I mean. There is the vanilla map like it was created by John McLean, and then there might be modded versions. No, not the bomber jacket, not quite my kind of clothing fashion wise. Oh yeah. Hey. Yeah, this is largely extended. I remember that place, and over, I would say, years, it was like the only building around here was this one there, the pub, and one building right behind. And this one is new, but when I was last here, this one I think already was there, but that one is new. The police station, the skyscraper, all that is new buildings which weren't on the map, let me say, something like half a year ago. And there is a Zodiac again, one more Zodiac, so fingers crossed that we might use it. But I mean that it has no missing parts and enough fuel. If I would actually run into a working Zodiac, my plans would change a bit. But let's first check buildings. Quilted jacket in a special design, tracksuit jacket. Yeah, well, the road flare. How many road flares do I have? One. Of course, road flares are always nice to have with you. Pick it up, and yeah, Let's stick to that directive. We can drop it if we need the space for something else. Wow, a spark plug. But I'm never sure whether you need a glow plug or a spark plug for these engines. But I think it's this one here. I think this one is the right plug for that Zodiac down there. Flashlight, nope. By the way, let's at least check whether there is a battery in. No, it isn't. And check the pop. An old telephone. That's amazing. The older watchers amongst you might remember this kind of payphone. A hoodie and another road flare. Really changed something. I'm relatively sure that there was a wide open space with a meadow in the past. Hey, weight loss. How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. What is this? Tetracyclines, even more worn. Well, however, let's pick them up. How are you doing? How was your day? Yes, for me, I am actually continuing yesterday's live, yesterday's stream. So I think this is something like the 4th stream in a row that I do with this character live. Let's just check. Okay, the spark plug. And what about the fuel? I don't know. So might be that we get it running. But let's see what happens if I put the spark plug in. What about these symbols being yellow? Does it mean, well, the needle is the speed gauge? So I can't really see how much fuel we have, right? Why can't I take out the spark plug again? I did put it in, I can't get it out again. I was thinking about taking it with me again to make sure that nobody else takes the Zodiac while I am looting the police station, but well, let's try. Okay. How do I shift? How do I shift gear? Well, I had that running in the past. Weight loss. Could you tell me how I could actually get it running? Okay, stopped it. Starting it again. Any one of you guys in the stream, could you give me a hint how I would... Oh, okay. Oh, shit. Can I push the boat out? All right. Hey, Johnny Quattro. I'm so happy that you're in the stream, because I was a bit embarrassed yesterday. Only, yeah, pretty much at the end of my stream I saw that you put some note into the YouTube stream. And I think when I recognized your note, your message, it was already pretty old and you probably were already not in the stream anymore. So let's stop the engine and get out. Nice, I've got a working Zodiac. Oh, you messaged something again. Yeah, the problem is that I'm doing dual streams. Oh, yes. Yep, yeah, that's right. The crossbow is a bit of a pain in terms of reloading. Yeah. So, my traditional channel of streaming is Twitch, and so my focus on the chat is on Twitch, and up to now I never managed, I didn't yet manage to get both streams on one screen. I mean, both chats on one screen. That's a bit of a problem. I hear something. Let's check the door. Yeah, I finally saw your messages yesterday, but it was too late. You were already out of the stream, I guess. And yeah, pretty glad. I pretty much appreciate that. I remember that you were back then in my stream. And yeah, okay, I'm gonna check that the next time, how to get the plug out. Next, when I get back to the boat. Okay, I do have a... Yeah, it's worn. Mine is also worn, but okay, no ammo inside, so this is of no worth. Let's see if we find something else. The last police stations that I checked were relatively empty. Hey, so you guys in the stream, let me introduce to you Mr. Johnny Quattro, who is following me since something like, how long is it? Meanwhile, it might be something like 2 years ago that we had this wonderful stream, random team up with Lottie, I think, and that was actually the kickoff for my, let me call it, streaming career, because all you guys were so kind entering my stream while I teamed up with her. Somebody found out who I am, and then you all went into my stream, so suddenly until then I usually only had something like 1 or 2 viewers. I suddenly had something like 140, and yeah, by the averaging or whatsoever, that finally led to me becoming affiliate, which is, I mean, I'm not doing this for the money, but you do have quite some comfortable features if you are an affiliate. There's another zombie coming in. Okay. 1, 2. Shit, I'm bleeding. Eat this guy. I am bleeding. Too bad. This will probably have damaged my clothing. Yeah, it might be something like 2 years ago by now. Ah, my shoes, they're in such a bad condition. Damaged, worn. Pants, okay, so, okay. Looks like they didn't do any harm to my gear. Ah, by the way, there were matches with the zombies, so let's pick the matches up and merge them with my matches that I already have. Yeah, lately I haven't been playing too much DayZ, and yeah, coming to your question on the YouTube stream, yeah, the crowbar is a nice weapon, but not at the moment. I'm thinking about dropping the hand axe and replacing it by the crowbar. That's a good plan. Let's do it like that. So the crowbar would be my backup weapon, to put it like that. All right. Yeah, what was I about to say? Yeah, I also play Generous. I don't play Asuka actually. Kind of, yeah, never grew so fond with that map. But I also play Generous. So Generous and DeerIsle, they are both my favorite maps, I would say. But yeah, in principle, I'm even more fascinated by the DeerIsle map because, yeah, as all of you know probably, the DeerIsle map is no professional map, but was created by a guy in his free time. That's something that's so fascinating, and it looks so professional, and it was such an enormous project that this guy went through. I would say it took him something like 4 years, and he was actually constantly continuing his work on the map, never abandoned it. And that's something that I really found pretty fascinating. What do we have here? Okay, now we have plenty of vitamin pills, haven't we? Would I like to go for that zombie? Maybe not, and I'm definitely not gonna check these. It's the really large buildings. There is a zombie there in the bushes as well. So Johnny, are you still regularly watching streams of Lottie? Yeah, I do always have the problem of my time being pretty limited. Like that's the problem of everybody probably. And so I like to do streaming in the evenings or in the late nights, and so it's often like there is not too much time left to watching streams, although I would love to have more time for watching other streamers' streams, but I have to admit that I don't do it a lot. Actually, early evening I was watching a bit of weight loss. He's one guy in the stream, probably you see his messages. And yeah, he's doing VR stuff, which I quite like. And yeah, weight loss. I'm pretty fascinated by this game that you have been playing today again. You got, okay, yeah. So I mean, do you have that permadeath option in the game, or is it some constraint that you put on yourself? Like, let's say externally. I mean, the graphics is so nice. Help me with the name of that game. It's some kind of, yeah, first-person medieval. Yeah, is it something like a, what do you call it, a survival game, or what's actually the goal of the game? Yeah, okay. Yeah. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, I'm still shortly dropping into the streams of Lottie, actually. Taupe, not so much. But yeah, the Running Man Z. I have to admit that I don't watch the Running Man Z anymore. I did it a lot back then. But, yeah, well, I don't like these crowded streams anymore. I mean, when you are in the stream and there are 3,000 other people in the stream, then interaction isn't quite that much. I prefer streams like Lottie when she's with 200 people or 300. Then most of them are just lurking, and you could really get some interaction with, yeah, the other watchers and the streamer. So that's what I often, if I watch streams nowadays, I more go for the less populated streams. And yeah, like that one of Lottie, if she has 200 or 300 people, for me it would still feel like a less populated stream where you can get some nice interaction with people. Ah yes, Blatant Sorceress. Wasn't there. I was never sure how to spell sorcery or sorcery. Probably it's sorcery, right? Never was sure about the pronunciation of that word. Yeah, let's get up that hill. Let's get up that hill so that we might get some reconnaissance of the area. Well, maybe sooner or later I should eat my steaks, or they get rotten. But let's be careful, I don't want to waste it. Yeah, isn't it, Johnny? Yeah, it's so nice. I really like her way of playing. What I also like is that she is not so much. I mean, she is also up to sniping other people. So, like, you might remember that our first encounter with other players was that we actually put some, how would you say, yeah, did some sniping on people and killed them, but in principle she's always open for getting in contact with other players. So I pretty much like this approach, and that's what my style of playing DayZ actually is just as well. So, okay. Now I do have an idea where I am, but let's just hope that I was not running in circles. Let's take the compass. This is north. Yeah, this is this. And there is a police station over there. Yes, there it is. That's the place that I would like to loot. But first, let's see that we actually do locate ourselves on the map. Because here in this area, I really once had some problems running in circles and losing. So this is north. That's a bit weird. How could that be? Now check the map. By the way, did I turn off? Oh shit, I forgot to switch off the GPS receiver. Fuck, so the battery is empty by now, but let's see. See, I can't turn it on again. Ah, shit. Shit, but we could still get a guess where we are on the map. Well, usually I don't do it with the GPS receiver. So we were here. We went on. This is the area. Yeah, that's the police station. And then we went on along the coast. And now I am probably here. Ah, yes, okay. I get it. Then now I'm pretty sure that this area labeled O'Town, that this is this fortified area where you have the feeling that the citizens of that little town made a last stand there against the zombies. But obviously without success. So we are standing here on that hill. So let's get down, check the police station, and then check this old town. Hey, come on, I need shoes. I need shoes. Yeah, in this team up with Lottie, we laid an ambush onto these two guys approaching from the other side. Yeah, I should remember to check the chat now and then. Yeah, when was considering whether to keep the shotgun or the crossbow. The pro for the crossbow actually is that it is silent, so at the moment I have any silenced projectile weapon, no silenced range weapon. That was why I was really thinking about whether to keep the crossbow. But of course, you're right that reloading the crossbow is a pain in the ass. But a silent weapon can be very worthwhile now and then. Yeah, maybe get out the shotgun. Ah, there is this kind of graphical bug. Well, however. What is this sound outside? Is it a cow? Or is it a stag or deer? It's raining. What about my clothing? Damp. Damp. Damp only. Yeah. Oh, there is stuff lying around here. There is a bandage. It's damaged, but still, well, I mean, maybe better more than less damage bandages. Let's replace the iodine tincture with the bandage. And what do we have here? Universal flashlight. But at the moment I don't have any gun on which I could mount it, and I am running out of batteries actually. Can't put it here, can I? I have the Mosin suppressor, can I put it there? No. So I don't know, would it be worthwhile to pick that up? It's not in the best condition. Yeah, come on, as long as we have some carrying capacity. Yeah, question is, what would I do if I would run into a bulletproof shirt, a bulletproof vest, or an anti-step vest? Would I actually drop this one here and drop this valuable carrying capacity? I don't know. All right. Hey, Johnny, that was a pleasure to have you in again. I think it actually has been a while. So, I'm so happy to see an old acquaintance in the stream. So, yeah. So, I hope, yeah, everything's all right and you wouldn't have too much trouble on your shift. To me. 1, 2, really going down and carrying too much stuff. Just having a few bites. I'm not quite sure how much I can actually take. Come on, let's drop stuff. Just too heavily loaded. Codeine, I never knew what the codeine actually would be good for. And do I really need 2 road flares? I think not. Alright, let's carry on like that. And now, let's try to find the entrance to this fortification here. Yeah, I find this great. This place there, that's very fascinating. It feels so immersive. You can really feel how these people there might have desperately fought for a last stand. But obviously finally were overrun by zombies. So by this you actually see that we are, that the apocalypse, the zombie apocalypse started a long time ago. Anything out there? Well, let's actually check it once around. Never sure how much stuff. Here you really have to take care that you don't fall down the stairs. Okay, was that a zombie sound or my own stomach rumbling? I mean, in real life, in-game, my stomach shouldn't be grumbling. Oh yeah, well, pumpkin seeds. No, I'm not gonna be a farmer in DayZ. This is so overgrown. Oh. This place is really scary. But nothing, hey, come on. In the past you always found something, and usually more than just something in this room here, in the storage room of the hospital. A mask. That looks like looted. Well. Okay, somebody did some agriculture here, another player actually. Oh, did I? Check this one. No, I obviously didn't. That's right. And also here, nothing around. Only found some useful stuff. That's where I got in, over there, I guess. Let's check this one here. In the past I remember that you used to find good stuff up here. So it's ammo. 939, pretty unusual ammo. Don't have any gun for that. What's that? Rubber boots. Wellies. Pretty fashionable wellies, I would say. Okay, there is a little pond. Oh, all these dead people. So here they did set up this fortification against the zombies. But finally it seems it didn't help them. Yeah, some battlement up there. More wellies, but these ones are not that fashionable. I think that was where I entered, wasn't it? There was this gap. Holster, but yeah, okay, I could either carry the holster or the vest, and of course the vest gives me much better carrying capacity. Ah, very good. So there is a well, which means let me do some drinking. Here, and then fill up the bottle down there. Good thing I might not have spotted it down there, but from up here I have a good overview. Stomach full, so get down. This place looks so eerie, but at the moment there seem to be no zombies around. And some more inventory space left. Yeah, let's orient along that battlement. Zombie. Yeah, come. If it's just one, it's alright. So take. Wow, fuck. Messed it up again. 1, 2. Fuck. It's really the stamina thing. Damaged. Worn. Okay, looks like I didn't take, or my clothing didn't take too much of a damage. But I should be better preventing these hits to happen. Check this one. I always wonder whether it would be worthwhile to take that walk around, but I think it wouldn't. Yes, some people say you should never get out of a building where you got in when it has several entrances, but I think it just doesn't make any difference, because if somebody is sneaking upon you, you would never know how you would actually do it. So overgrown, that's pretty risky that you run into zombies without recognizing it early enough. A shovel. By the way, could I put the shovel there? No. So now the shovel is not interesting to keep. Hey, Ronnie. Sorry, guy. I always have this problem when I do the dual streaming that I have to switch between the Twitch chat and the YouTube chat. Okay. Hey, yeah. Nice to have you in, guy. And great to have you in the chat. Yeah, up to now I never found the right settings to have, yeah, the dual stream, if I stream on Twitch and DayZ, to get the chat into one channel and into one list. Yeah, should find out sooner or later. I always feel sorry when I'm not reacting on any remarks, but still, yeah, my favorite community still is Twitch and will always be. Okay, so another well, plenty of wells in here, and plenty of potential to lose your track. Electric repair kit. The good thing about the electric repair kit is that you can use it if you have optics. Epoxy, nice. We could probably use the epoxy to patch up our vest. Maybe. I'm not quite sure. Maybe it just works with armor and not with just an ordinary vest. Oh shit, that scared me. I somehow had the imagination that there was some heavily armed guy standing behind the bushes, but obviously that was just one more DayZ paranoia effect. Alright, so what was it? Anything to check? Oh, my shoes, they will break down sooner or later. Ah yes, the epoxy, that was what I wanted to do. Let's see if we can repair the field vest with the epoxy. Nope, you can't. But let's keep the epoxy just in case we find some armor which we want to keep and which is in need of repair. Don't think that I could use the epoxy for anything else, could I? Where did I get in? There is some kind of statue of heroic soldiers. Yeah, all heroism is long gone. sufficient knives with me. It's so amazing how rare the loot is on this server. Although I think it's not due to other people haven't constantly been looting this area. Actually, I think the areas, I hope, let me put it like that, the area is pretty deserted from other players. But by the way, let us do this. Allow me this little cheating and check in the DayZ launcher. Well, it is 10 minutes to 10 in the game. And well, let me put it like that, not very many people on the server. So it's a wonderful map, and the server has a wonderful mod loadout. Yeah, making it still very vanilla-like. Ah, that guy, come on. That gave me quite some blood pressure, actually. Oh, guys, how much this could still scare me after all these years having been playing the game. Oh, shit. Lots of wells. And another police station. No, I haven't been to a police station. I had been to the hospital, but not to a police station inside here. Not inside the battlements. So I should be careful. There could be powerful police zombies around out there. Okay. Police station is particularly fortified. Let's see that we find a way in. You can't climb these barbed wire fences. Okay. Fuck. Another bleeding, come on. One, two. Let's hope that no gear was severely damaged. Worn, so looks alright. Hammer trail shoes, badly damaged. Yeah, the enduro helmet. Really wonder if it would be worthwhile to trade it. It has still medium insulation. I think I would go with that, and let's see if it's warm enough. Hey, where is the entrance? How do we get into that? Okay, here the fence is damaged. Usually there is a ladder going up as well, is it? Yeah, let's just take the door and make sure that we close this one. Well, it is closed. Nice officer's cap. Nothing in here. Let's hope that our search is more fruitful upstairs. Hey, come on, nothing. Really? Nothing. Yeah, let's get upstairs and see if we can profit from the good view. Okay, there is a zombie. There is a police car. Yeah, we should get down and check the police cars. But what about the fence? They are inside the fence. Okay. And I could also check this guard tower. Oh, yeah, both of them actually. Might be something up on that one. Ladder. Military sweater, yeah, well, good protection from heat probably, but not so good camo and relatively bad carrying capacity. I mean, I really like how the stuff looks in this game. They give it this kind of patina. Any chance of finding something in that police car? Doesn't look like that at the moment. Nope. Hey, come on, in the police car you might find some guns, some ammo. That's what I would have expected, but yeah, it looks like anything lootable has long been looted. Oh shit, again. Yeah, come on. I'm bleeding again. a bit like a rookie, getting so many hits in the melee fights. Some ammo, alright. Damaged, worn. Okay, so yeah, the trail shoes, they really worry me. Oh yeah, well, they're damaged. Damaged is actually better than badly damaged, right? And the shoes itself, high insulation, low, yeah, so that's a good trade. Okay, holster doesn't help me much. Wow, that thing there scared me. Thought it was something. Okay, more ammo. Let's pick it up, but sooner or later I have to figure out whether I would like to keep it or not. Yeah, this one might be more worthwhile because I do have a gun which needs to be operated on that ammo. Maybe let's get upstairs, so I should get a good view on that. Haley, where is it? I think it's coming in from there, is it? Yep. It's coming in from there. Let's see if we get eyes on that heli. Might be too far away. It's not getting louder anymore. Don't think that it is closing in on me. Probably won't get eyes on him. Yeah. And there he's going down somewhere over there. So let's get back down and check all the levels for something. So what do we have here? SG5. That's the MP5 actually. It's 9mm and it's a good gun. So if I would actually find an MP5, that would be great. So let's keep that one, although I think probability is relatively low. Yeah, the MP5 I think was regarded as one of the best submachine guns for the last decades. Morphine. In the past, morphine was something that you used when you had a broken limb, but not quite sure what it is good for nowadays. Maybe the same purpose. Another. The Savannah. The Savannah is the best marksman rifle in the game, if you ask me. Only problem is that it doesn't have an internal mag, but let's see. So I think it's damaged, so let's invest our last bits of gun cleaning kit onto this one and repair it. That's great. And I'm definitely gonna trade it for the Tundra. Well, does it have any ammo? No. So let's drop the Tundra. 308. Well, the condition is damaged, but still. Yeah, we can chamber it for now. That's just fine. Don't think that I need that many rounds of this one. Well, let's keep it for now. A saw. But, well, I have no use for the saw at the moment. And it's raining again. It's raining again. La 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 la. Anybody remembers that song? Supertramp. Was it? An army. What's this? Vanilla chocolate cupcake. Nice. Well, a cupcake, okay, looks like a muffin. Army pouch is a good thing, but I prefer the hunter's backpack at the moment. That's not, all the doors are open, but this is definitely not the tower that I already checked. Or is it? No, it isn't. Here we have the view outside. So we are almost once round. Pretty much love this. So it's wonderfully modeled. You could really imagine how maybe some 100 people made their last stand around here. Yeah, and it resembles pretty much what you see in the movie. Or the series, let me put it like that. The Walking Dead. run on foot can. Well, okay, and there we have it. In terms of fashion, that would be my favorite. See, and it perfectly fits to my trousers, but it's low insulation and giving no protection against being hit on the head. So sorry, but at that point, let's not be fashion governed. Fingerless gloves. Yeah, mine are still fine. They're pretty sturdy. Oh shit. Now the jungle boots are also badly damaged already. Let's check if we can get the epoxy putty on that one. No, but that was to be expected. Nothing else around here. By the way, allow me to be AFK just for 60 seconds. So don't go away, we're going to continue this for a little while. Alright, back again. Thanks for your patience. And luckily we are still alive. Could never assume that as given. Yeah, in an open world multiplayer game you never can press pause actually. No, hey, weight loss. No, I'm consequent at the moment. No snack. Just got me another glass of wine actually. Yeah, no snack. yet. But yeah, I think I'm gonna be hard. Yeah, actually, for dinner tonight we had some pea soup. Or well, actually it was more like a stew. Well, in Germany we would say Eintopf. Pea-Eintopf. Well, peas being boiled with some vegetables. And yeah, like onions, potatoes, and celery, and some carrots, and yeah, some bacon, actually, smoked bacon, and yeah, everything cooked thoroughly for something like at least an hour with water, and then you get a wonderful, yeah, what we would call Erbsensuppe. Actually, I cooked it yesterday, and we had it for yesterday dinner, and we also had it a little bit the rest of it tonight. And the good thing about this kind of food is when you warm it up the next day, it usually becomes even better than it was at first. What is... yeah, I checked. No, I didn't. Rubber slugs, come on, go away. I couldn't saw this off, could I? Could I saw the savanna off? Although that would be completely stupid if you have this wonderful long-range marksman rifle and saw it off. And that would be just stupid. Well, I would say so. Wouldn't like to name anybody stupid, but yeah, you know what I mean, I guess. Have I been here? No. But nevertheless, no loot at all. Oh shit, I'm carrying so much stuff I can't climb the wall. So what is all the stuff that I'm carrying? Unknown food. Would I really drop food? Carrying too much stuff. So cheers, guys. Carrying too much stuff. But what to drop at the moment? This one here, I don't need the crowbar. The brass knuckles is a perfect weapon. That's maybe ammo that I'm not gonna need. So let's distribute it like that. This gives me a bit more stamina back, but still I'm too heavily loaded. I do have the sling back. It's badly damaged. Yeah, because I got a lot of hits, and so it would be a pity if I lose the sling back. But come on, drop this one for now. do fishing. Yeah, come on, let's drop this one as well. If I'm really getting hungry, I still have the cake, beefsteak. Although the beefsteak, I have to make sure, should eat the beefsteak sooner or later, or it would actually spoil. I'm a bit afraid that it might spoil. So let's have a bit of it, but not everything, because yeah, I'm always afraid that I might waste the food when I'm completely fully nutritioned. My body would not take the nutrition anymore, even though I eat the stuff. You see that when you have this flipping arrow up and down. So anything else I would like to drop at the moment. Damaged. Ah, it's a pity. Also, hey, come on, the stuff, my gear actually gets damaged successively from all these zombie fightings and taking hits now and then. But, well, that's the game. That's how it is. Now I should be able to climb that wall, yeah. Yeah, I was actually just too heavily loaded to climb it. This is something that you should really prevent. You might get into severe problems if you suddenly recognize in a bad situation that you can't climb the wall. Morphine, I don't know. Ah, come on. Let's leave it behind. Hey guys, I see the number of watchers going up a bit. I'm so glad to have you in. So, thanks for joining. And yeah, so this is my usual little speech then. Having you in the stream makes me perfectly happy, and you could make me even more happy if you would participate a bit in the chat, or maybe even give me a follow. But yeah, primarily I'm pretty much interested in what you think about the game, what you think about this stream, what your relation to the game is. Do you play by yourself? What's your experience? But of course, on the other hand, I'm perfectly happy with you just watching. That's perfectly fine. There we have a can opener. My can opener is also worn, so no need to switch it. Aha, hey, what's this? We can get upstairs. Oh wow, see, there is a little cozy place up here. A little survivor place. I love this. So people really improvised things around here. Did a lot of makeshift stuff. I think I didn't check that building yet. And also not the greenhouses over there. Yeah, just check. There are also a few people watching on YouTube. Welcome, guys. So, yeah, my problem is that my main streaming medium is Twitch, and that's where I actually follow the chat, and I just now and then take a look at the chat on the YouTube stream, because up to now I didn't manage to combine them. So sorry guys if I might ignore your comments, but nevertheless don't hesitate to put them. I will try to something like every 7 minutes or something. Check also the YouTube chat. Nothing. Yeah, but still I like it. The loot is very rare on that server, but that's the survival situation. So to me, it does feel great. Have I been here now? Oh yeah, I have. But I'm not quite sure whether I did check this one. Yeah, I did. Now there is this huge building, and the question is it worthwhile to check? Is this another? Yeah, I didn't check that one yet. I'm pretty sure I didn't. That one was the one I did check already. So let's get back to that big building. Get in. These buildings are pretty rare on the maps that I play, so I have no experience what a probability we actually have to find loot here, although it looks like being a pain in the ass to check the whole building. But let's do it. Yeah, come on, all these rooms. And my gut feeling tells me that I won't find any much loot around. Maybe I would just get upstairs, get to the topmost level and enjoy the view. And maybe find something up there or spot something in the closer or further vicinity. Ooh. There we are. I thought there was something. Let's first do one walk around and check if there is anything lying around. Obviously not. Still we can get even higher up. Yeah, now we have to regain stamina. Okay, this is more or less due south. So this is west, that should be towards the coast. So we'll restart in 10 minutes, alright. I think I'm gonna continue playing for a bit. And that's to the north. Question now is where to go. This looks like a factory, power plant, whatever, but it's outside of the... Is it? I think it's outside of the fortifications of... Yeah. Definitely is. So, let's take a look at the map. So we are standing on that big building, which is, I don't know, somewhere. And now the question is, what would be my next project? Would I get back to my Zodiac? Where did I have it? Here. And hope that it's still there. go for the Isles. Not gonna go for that one, but I would be curious on what you find here, because these, I think the whole island wasn't yet existing when I last played, or at least it was empty then. And yeah, I already spent a lot of time on this one here. Hey, come on. Hey, that's weird. So that pretty much looks like there were some changes on the map. So in the past, this whole thing was pretty much like Helgoland. If I look at it right now, it's not anymore. The south of that, or is that Helgoland island further south? Okay, that pretty much changed. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this is this island, which looks a bit like Helgoland. But this spire, where is this spire in the very south of that island? So it pretty much looks like he did quite some changes, or somebody did some changes. So let's get back to that Zodiac. Yeah, although I would be afraid that we would just run out of fuel in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, let this be our next project, getting for the Zodiac and getting to one of these islands to the south. This building looks so fucked up. It looks like it was already fucked up before the apocalypse. Question now is, should I still search for one of the wells? I'm relatively sure that zombies might have respawned. Around the place. Wasn't there another well somewhere around here? Hey, come on, let's get going. We do have good drink and food with us. But I didn't check that building, did I? I did. Yeah, let's not overdo it. Let's get south again and see if the Zodiac is still there. Beautiful lightning. Nothing up here. Ah, shit. Be careful with that. I'm not going to check these industrial buildings. But I'm going to check that watchtower. All along the watchtower. Princes came and went. I don't remember the text. You know what song I mean? That one of Bob Dylan. Ah, fuck again. 1, 2. Minutes to restart, but yeah, we are going to continue afterwards. So please don't leave the stream. Please not if you would like to enjoy a few more, something like 45 minutes of DayZ. There was something. Codeine. Hey, come on. I dropped the codeine pills before. I really don't think that I need them. So chat. Anybody of you would have another opinion about the codeine pills? As for me, I have no idea what I would actually use them for. In the past, you had something like when you got injured, that you couldn't keep your gun at a point. So your hands would start shivering. But tactical shirt, high insulation. But I think you don't have it anymore in the game for now. That was maybe still in the times of the mod, when you had this, when you got injured, your hands started to shiver and you couldn't keep your aim. And then you had to get some of these painkillers. But in the actual game, my gut feeling tells me that they are relatively useless. There we got kicked out. Server restart. So let's have 2 minutes of patience and get back to the server then. Yeah, it's still early on the server. It's 11:30 on server time. Alright, let's see. I think we could get back into the game by now. Oh, that looked pretty weird, but yeah, okay, if we get the countdown, they're letting us in again. DeerIsle by John McLean. All the respects to this guy, John McLean. So I was just thinking about whether to switch my jacket like that. Don't look too bad, does it? High insulation. Hey, okay, this has low insulation because it's wet. Let's just to compare it, let's ring it and see what insulation it gets when it's just damp like the other one. Now it's damp, having high insulation. Hey, come on, let's go for the tactical shirt. I like the look of that one, although I usually don't want to look too military-like. Pretty like this one. It's not camo, so it's this, yeah, old school look. This, let me call it Vietnam look. When the stuff wasn't yet 100% camoed. Just had this olive color on it. Yeah, let's go like that. I like it. Okay. The doors were reset, but yeah, we had a server restart, but from experience I'm 100% sure that server restart doesn't mean that the loot respawns. So the loot respawn mechanism is completely decoupled from server restart. Only the doors are put into a new offset position. So that should be south. Hope that I'm right. Yeah. Yeah, let's get south again and let's see if we still find that Zodiac. Yeah, let's not follow the road, but just stupidly go south. This should bring us towards our good old Zodiac. Yeah, I haven't been playing DayZ for months. So all the time I was actually only going on U-Boat, which is a great game. But now I recognize how much I actually enjoy to do some DayZ again. It's a little walk now to get back south. There was this police station and I left the Zodiac on the shore close to that police station. That's where we have to get back to. Yeah, let's check that hiking place. Cover for hikers, however you would call that. Usually it spawns some stuff which might not be too bad. Do we have there? Saline bag. Okay. Ah, now I've dropped the intravenous delivery thingy. Badly damaged saline bag. This one is only damaged. Shall we? Come on, let's pick it up. That's a bit of a surprise to find this one there. Pretty untypical loot spawn, I would say. Yeah, we have to go past these apartment buildings. And behind that is the police station, and right behind that should be our Zodiac. Let's hope that it's still there. Hi guys. Yeah, I just see the number of watches going up. So great to have you in. You're completely anonymous, and if you want to stay anonymous and just lurk, that's perfectly fine, but I always like to encourage you guys in the chat to actually participate in the chat and give me some feedback about what you think about the game, what you think about my gameplay. Or on the other hand, I'm always interested in how deep you are in the game. Do you play by yourself? Or just watching others do it? Yeah, it's about communication. As I said, don't feel pushed. Just watch if you feel like to watch. Oh yeah. Another zombie. Hey. Yeah, come on. Oh, 2 hits, that's good. Kill him with 2 hits. I really wonder whether I might reloot the police station. After having been away that long, some loot might have respawned there. But I'm so curious if our Zodiac is still there. Or persistent. Yeah, there it is. Nice. Yeah, that's wonderful, isn't it? How persistent the world is, actually. We've left the Zodiac there an hour ago. And yeah, it didn't despawn or something. It's still there. And now let's see, let's check if something has respawned. Okay, let's just check. Maybe get some ammo. No, they're both empty. 2 pump gun rifles. Nothing here. Let's get upstairs. nothing. Nothing here. Usually in the past you always had something spawning here in this or there. Yeah, they're really, I mean, on the one hand it's the development crew on vanilla. They are constantly altering the spawning algorithms. And yeah, on the other hand, I guess that you also have the variations from server to server. Loads of zombies, and I don't want to get involved with them. So, by the way, what I wanted to check, isn't there a ladder somewhere? Couldn't you get up onto the police station with a ladder? Well, obviously not. I always thought you could. Let's take the back exit and get to our Zodiac. Hey, let me hide away here. Have to be AFK. Just briefly be back in a minute. So now we are talking about snack. No. Let me be tough about that. It's not snack. Getting cold by now. Yeah, let's first kill that zombie before it might interfere with us while we are starting the Zodiac. Hey, come on. There is some kind of weird lag. Yeah, but my gear is fine, and the jungle boots are badly damaged by now. So now, what do I have to... Front floater, yeah, hey. Right floater, left floater, but let me push the whole thing. I want to push it. Hey, how could I push it actually? I could do that before. Get in? No, I don't want to get in. I want to push it. Come on, how could I push the raft? Why can't I? Come on, get me off the shore. And okay, for whatsoever reason, I'm not able to push that one. Can do something about that in a minute. Be back in 60 seconds. Hey, that's pretty bad right now. So something like 40 minutes ago we were still able to push that Zodiac into the water, and right now we don't get that option anymore. Why can't we? No, I don't want to get in. I want to get the option to get it moving, to push it into the water and get it moving. But that is not working at the moment, which is quite a bit of a pity. Let me have a little bit of a snack to come over it. Get off the shore. Yeah. Just wasting a lot of fuel, probably. So that was a bit of movement going there. I think we ran out of fuel. Okay, all right. So no fuel left. Yeah, so it's not too bad that we didn't get it moving. So we are here at the moment. And we checked out that area there. Yeah, come on, let's just get back down south along the coast and check this area, which was formerly pretty closely inhabited. We should find something there. But it is gonna be a bit of a walk. Let's go. Would have been pretty comfortable if I could have used that Zodiac. Yeah, I already looted these places here, something like, yeah, maybe an hour ago. So it's not too surprising if I don't find anything anymore. Okay, yes, hunter jacket worn. It only gives medium insulation. Oh, this one is soaked. Let's see what insulation it gives when we wring it. Yeah, medium insulation just as well. But I somehow like the color better. Packing boots, best insulation worn. Okay, they did respawn. Actually. Yeah, that's gonna help me a lot. What's this? Is it an unknown foot can? Yeah, okay, not gonna take that one. Yeah, now we are on our way back to the more densely populated south of the DeerIsle archipelago. Hey guys, great to have you in. I have to excuse for the munching noises. I just have to have a little bit of a late night snack around here. It's 2:30, quite deep into the night. So I don't know where you are from at that time. There is often a lot of people from the US, from Canada, or even from South America watching. And yeah, less people from Europe. And to be honest, this is what I love the most about streaming. Yeah, that you get into contact with people who are an ocean whale. And that's pretty fascinating, I think. There we get back to this summer camp area. I really wonder whether it would be worthwhile. Is this... That's the crossbow that I dropped around here, isn't it? So the game is really persistent. I dropped it together with 2 bolts. I think it's an hour ago, isn't it? And it's still there. I'm fine with my tactical shirt. Let's ring the other cloths as well. What else do we have? The ski mask. And there we are. Let's check. Maybe. Ski mask. I do have a ski mask, which is fine. I prefer the color of my ski mask being green. A bandage. I did drop it earlier, didn't I? I don't know. Yeah, come on, I do have a lot of bandages. That's just fine. Alright, so let's keep our position in mind. Yeah, I was just checking if it would be worthwhile to do any raid, but yeah, there's none of my favorite streamers online at the moment, so let's just call it a day. It was a pleasure to have you in. So in total we did a run of almost 3 hours, and around here it's 20 minutes to 3 in the morning, so good time to go to bed. I can sleep a little bit longer tomorrow, but yeah, still I have to work, and So this is a good time to stop. So thank you guys for joining, and looking forward to have you in my stream again, guys. See you and bye bye. Have a good night.